if you don't know about the year of Audacity, in the name of good, put some respect on the name, okay? It is this premise that when did we stop allowing ourselves to have big dreams? You know, when we're kids, like, we think we can just, like, there's just like magic everywhere and we can do so many things and we're so strong and we're so brave, and then it just kind of falls away. And I know everybody probably has a pivotal moment that they remember where it kind of, that dream kind of got crushed, is how I'll say it. And so I was like, I've been playing with this idea that I've been keeping under wraps, and the creator was like, now. And I'm like, pause. I'm reading Blood the Root by Ladarian Williams and read up to page like 150 something. And then I felt inspired to like create. And then I saw that Duran Bernard has released his debut album, Bloom. And so I started listening to that, and I listened to Generous and was just like vibing, and then listened to the next song and was vibing. I don't remember the name currently because I wasn't looking at my phone. And I had this thought, just like this thought come up. And it was about the thing that God had told me probably a week or so ago, of like, and not even a week ago. It was whenever I finished Ugly Betty. No, it wasn't Ugly Betty. It was younger. And it was younger because there is a point in the show where they're talking about like releasing the book chapter by chapter. If you see where I'm going, you see where I'm going. And I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. Like, what if, and what you're thinking, what if I did that? What if I put it behind, a paywall, because it's not ready for your shelves yet. And I let people know, like, hey, I thought this was going to be more about meditations, serving other people, coaching them through things. But I don't want to coach people. That's not the point. I'm not in life. I want to inspire you. I want to inspire you to take things into your own hands and go somewhere with them. Because I'm not somebody that typically like holds people's hands through certain things. Like, I'm there as a safe space for you to talk, to be emotional, to let go, to not have to be so strong, to dig deeper and find the root and see where it's coming from. And I was like, oh no, this actually makes so much sense for me as a writer, for me as somebody who is a creative, who happens to be a content creator, who happens to show up online a lot. Why would I not do that? And so that's what this video is about. I can't promise when this is gonna start as of right now. I can just promise you that it's exclusive. I'm not sharing that I am doing this anywhere else outside of like this video that's gonna be posted. That's how you can see that this is what I'm up to if you watch the full thing. But like, I'm not like, by the way, I'm doing this. By the way, I'm doing this. You should really know that I'm releasing a chapter. Like, if God asks me to say something about it, I will. But this is like the sole video of like, God needs me to put the thing out. The creator is like, say it. And I'm like, nah. Like, right now. Because I keep not writing it. And I thought it was that I wasn't inspired, that I didn't have the book within me. It's not that. I have several books within me. That's partially, I don't even see the problem, the like challenge, because I have so much in me. The Year of Audacity in the Name of Good, it was always a book. I didn't realize it at first either. But big picture, God always knew. That's always where it was leading to. The fact that I started the Year of Audacity in the Name of Good on Substack and started writing again. Yeah, it's a book. Releasing chapter by chapter. And honestly, the reason I'm saying like chapter by chapter is because the way that I'm about to just let this flow. And so basically what you're going to end up seeing is that it's going to be whatever flows through. Much like I write my captions, much like I write a lot of things, I'm just going to let it flow. I'm not going to like use a ton of tools to be like, get me here and get me a starting point. This is purely me and the creator releasing this. And this is, I'm going to cry because this is probably the scariest, like, not scary. Scary is not the right word. The most audacious thing I've ever spoken about, done, released, said out loud. Because I haven't talked about like writing a book. Shout out to Champagne, the Champagne Renee. Okay, put some respect on her name. Because this thing is so massive. And yes, of course, if you're going to ask me, like, oh, like, you started it as like a piece of content, a proclamation, a movement. I'm not saying it still can't be that for you personally, but it was always supposed to be a book. And I want to honor that. So, yeah, if you stayed this long, thank you. If you've listened to my Tell All podcast, there's probably tidbits that you will have heard from my Tell All, which is now available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Hello, Sid Tells All. And, you know, you'll probably like see tidbits there, but I've always written from a place of emotion, obviously, but my experiences, but I have never written in the way that I'm about to write now. And I don't know if that makes sense for a lot of people, like the way I'm about to release this and like how it's gonna sound, but it makes sense to me, and it's the most exciting, exhilarating, like there's just warmth all through my body. So yeah, stay tuned.